Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, I'd like to invite the speaker, Mr. Ramakoti K. Venkataramana, who will talk about benefits of quantum computing applications in low-budget natural farming. I now request the speaker to begin. Thank you. Mr. Venkataramana, you can start now. Mr. Venkataramana?
Yeah, madam. Thank you. This is Ramakoti Venkataramana, a retired scientist from CSIR IICT Hyderabad, which comes under Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, Indian Institute of Chemical Technology, Hyderabad. In turn, it comes under Council of Scientific Industrial Research, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India. Today, we have taken the topic as quantum computing applications in low-budget natural farming, a state-of-the-art technology. Before I start my speech, I want to give a one-line information to you all, my dear friends. You all know that Corona started reoccurring in India. Yesterday itself in TV I saw about 47 members got affected by Corona in Andhra Pradesh. So my humble request, you all of my friends and others connected to you, please start wearing masks whenever you go to any mass collecting functions, celebrations, cinema halls, or other places with sanitizer. As soon as the function is over, you can always take out your mask, keep it in your pocket, no problem. I could see with my experience, out of 100 of us, only 10 are using it, 90 are not using because they feel shy. So please leave the shy at home. Whenever you go to mass mingling places, please do wear masks. And when you come back home, please wash your hands with sanitizer. Go into the houses. Thank you so much for hearing. Quantum computing applications in low-budget natural farming, a state-of-the-art technology. Low-budget natural farming. Today, we are standing at the intersection of humanity's oldest industry, which is called farming, and its most futuristic technology. Natural farming focuses on working with nature rather than chemical intervention. In natural farming, we do not use synthetic fertilizers at all. Instead, we rely entirely on the soil microbiome. The pioneer of national farming is Masanobu Fukuoka, a Japanese farmer and philosopher too, who introduced this great terminology in 1975 with the name natural farming. Subhash Palekar, our Indian, popularized the same natural farming under the name zero budget natural farming in India in mid 1990s. I follow the same formulas preparations of Subhash Palekar, only with a change in name as low budget natural farming. He developed and tested the techniques through years of intensive field research on his own farm between 1989 and 1995. Core pillars of the zero budget natural farming, Gana Jivamrutam. Gana Jivamrutam is a solid preparation using cow dung, cow urine, jaggery, pulse flour. It acts as a powerful inoculant packed with highly beneficial microorganisms that boost plant nutrients, stimulate earthworms, and enhance soil fertility. Because it is dry, it has a long shelf life of up to 1 year. The next one is Bijamurtam, which is a treating mechanism for seeds. It is seeds treatment. The above one is soil treatment. Before and after plowing, we use Ganajivamrutam, whereas before sowing or before planting, we use Bijamrutam. It serves as natural alternative to chemical seed treatments, working to protect young roots from fungus, shield crops against seed-borne and soil-borne diseases. This strengthening seeds is traditionally known as Bija Sanskara in Sanskrit. Jivamrutam is a foundational liquid biofertilizer used in Subhash Palekar natural farming. It acts as a powerful microbial culture, the Jivamrutam, Drava Jivamrutam, you can say, that induces millions of beneficial bacteria and fungi into the soil, which convert locked up soil nutrients into forms that plants can easily absorb. Unlike commercial fertilizers, Jivamrutam does not feed the plants directly. Instead, it revitalizes the soil. It revitalizes the soil biology to feed the crops naturally. Pest and insect control in natural farming. Number one is Nemastra, the mild sucking pest repellent. It is used to control thrips and white flies and to destroy insect egg clusters in the beginning itself. The next one is Agni Astra, the hot larva destroyer. It targets specific weapon-like for large leaf-eating caterpillars, pod borers, fruit borers, and stem borers. The next one is Brahmastra, the sucking borer pest specialist. It is highly effective against deep-seated pests like hidden loopers, larger caterpillars, and severe thrips infestations. Environmental challenges inhibiting natural farming, because natural farming is very complex to come out with positive benefits, unlike the chemical farming, and hence environmental challenges we have to look into. Natural farming faces severe environmental hurdles, notably severe soil degradation, unpredictable climate shifts, and intense pest pressures. These ecological factors slow down the transition away from chemical heavy systems. Soil and land constraints in natural farming. Legacy chemical damage. Decades of synthetic fertilizer and pesticide use have depleted natural soil organic carbon and altered native microbial structures, making soils slow to recover in order to adapt natural farming. Nutrient imbalances, severely degraded or exhausted land struggles to cycle nutrients naturally during the initial transition phases without immediate chemical boost. That is, when you shift from chemical farming to natural farming, it takes a few seasons for the soil and other parameters to get accommodated with the natural farming. Slow regeneration rates, rebuilding active soil biology and earthworm populations takes multiple seasons. That's what I mean. Leaving land temporarily unproductive or fragile. With that, many natural farming farmers get discouraged and again shift back to chemical farming. They have to take patience and enjoy the natural farming benefits not only for themselves but also to the human as a whole. Climate and pest pressures, extreme weather variability, unpredictable rainfall, prolonged droughts, and sudden heat waves stress unfortified, chemical free crops that lack synthetic resilience, uncontrolled pest infestations. Without synthetic pesticides, sudden outbreaks of aggressive bugs or plant diseases can rapidly destroy entire fields before natural biological controls take effect, which normally take 2 to 3 seasons, that is 1 to 2 years. Weed competition. Native weed species often outgrow primary crops in chemical-free soil because natural weed management requires intense manual labor or precise mulching techniques that take time to master. How quantum computing can help to avoid all these things that we could say. Nature is infinitely complex. As all you know, nature means Bhumi, Agni, Niru, Akasham, Gali, all these things together. Such a big things, in turn, such more parameters involved in each thing in nature farming. That is why in natural farming, nature is infinitely complex, should be properly read out. Mainstream science has struggled to adopt. That be enough. Widely because living soil is infinitely chaotic. Such a big earth and accordingly or proportionately so much of parameters involved, both plus and minuses, all those things to be read and properly addressed with some technology. So far, that kind of 100% technology has not arrived except quantum computing technology. We hope so. Classical computers struggle to to process the chaotic, interconnected variables of living soil, patterns, weather patterns, and biological systems. Today, we look at a massive technological leap by pairing ancient agricultural truths one side with quantum computing on the other side. We can finally decode all those parameters which are otherwise a black box so far, applying any kind of earlier technologies. So we can finally decode, measure, and scale natural farming to feed the world without chemicals. Benefits of quantum computing in natural farming, that is low budget natural farming. Applying quantum computing to natural farming. Optimized crop management. Quantum algorithms can very smartly analyze soil health, crop growth patterns, and environmental conditions in real dynamic time, enabling our natural farming farmers to make data-driven decisions, options about planting, fertilizing, and harvesting, and also taking them to market yards at the right time. Precision agriculture. Quantum enabled sensors can collect hyper accurate data. Unlike other technologies so far being applied on natural farming, this quantum enabled computing takes hyper accurate data on soil moisture, nutrient levels in the cultivated soil, and pest activity in the farming area and also surrounding areas too, allowing natural farming farmers to apply resources exactly where out of their cultivated natural farming area, when and in what amount they are needed, so that we can minimize the inputs and thus maximize the profitable levels. Supply chain optimization. Quantum computing can enhance logistics and distribution, ensuring fresh produce reaches markets efficiently while reducing transportation related emissions and product waste. That is, we don't have to go many a times to market yard, wait and come back, wasting the transportation charges. With the result, emissions also, we are polluting the globe. That is the idea here. Whereas the quantum computing gives exact time, at what time a natural farming farmer can go to the yard at right time. This in turn helps to minimize global warming, and at the same time farmers get the highest possible price for the produce in one trip without wasting time and money on logistics. Weather forecasting and climate modeling. Weather forecasting is vital to farming operations, affecting everything from planting schedules to pest control. Quantum computing takes weather forecasting to the next level by processing vast meteorological data sets at unprecedented speed. The So for any technology, the speed is about 100 times less than the quantum computing technology. That's why they say unprecedented speed. Undetailed. Also, the analyzed details also in the same way, highest possible in using quantum computing technology on natural farming by the farmers and more accurately than traditional systems, offering precise forecasts that help farmers plan and adapt. Quantum irrigation, quantum computing, and advanced sensors, a hardware part of the quantum computing technology. The advanced sensors which are being used on the on the on the land of the farmer. Advanced sensors can improve water management by integrating real-time data from quantum sensors. Farmers can monitor soil moisture levels with higher precision than before. That means than before applied any other technology. It beat all the technologies that are being applied earlier on natural farming on farming. Additionally, quantum systems can optimize irrigation schedules by predicting water requirements for different crops by taking into account variables such as weather conditions, soil type, and plant growth stages. It not only absorbs, detects the soil type or weather conditions, it keeps dynamically absorbs, detects the growth stages of the plant. That is, at 1 month, what is the plant quality, plant growth, at second month, third month, or harvesting time. That is how the quantum technology applied on natural farming is very, very minutely observing, detecting, analyzing, and giving back the correct option to the natural farming farmer. This ensures water is delivered exactly when and where it is needed. That is, normally, in other ways, traditionally, water irrigation cannot be where. It will be, suppose, if the farmer is cultivating for or growing 1 acre, at one point of time, say once in 10 days or whatever schedule, he will irrigate the total 1 acre. Whereas here, applying quantum technology, when and where also, that is what part of the 1 acre needed what amount of water at what time. This is the greatness of the quantum computing technology. This ensures water is delivered exactly when and where it is needed, reducing wastage while improving crop yield and quality. With the result, not only the crop grows comfortably, but also the quality of the produce is highest in the case of application of quantum technology. The concept of quantum farming combines quantum computing, IoT, Internet of Things, devices, and AI, artificial intelligence, to create a holistic approach to agriculture. For instance, quantum algorithms can analyze numerous factors like temperature, humidity, and soil nutrients instantly, enabling farmers to optimize every aspect of their operations. quantum farming could also drive innovations in sustainable practices by maximizing resource efficiency and minimizing environmental impact. It aligns with global goals for reducing carbon emissions and preserving biodiversity, with the result the whole livelihood lives in the globe lives lives comfortably. Farmers could leverage quantum tools to design carbon neutral farming methods, such as the precise use of fertilizers. In the sense, natural farming methodical fertilizers like Dravajivamrutam and renewable energy powered operations. Quantum technology promises to transform agriculture into a more efficient, sustainable, and resilient industry. From quantum irrigation to advanced weather forecasting, these innovations empower farmers to tackle challenges with unprecedented precision and insight. As we look to the future, the fusion of quantum computing and farming could pave the way for a great greener, more food secure world. Above all, I would like to say to the audience or to the farming community that it is the highest time for them to immediately shift over from chemical agriculture farming to natural farming using whatever technology they want, because a day is very near to go for crop holidays. That is the worst condition India or many countries are going to face because of the war between America and Iran. We are getting about 80% of the inputs for chemical farming from Iran. With the result, almost it is stopped. About 20-30% are only logistically coming or reaching to India. With the result, yeah, fine morning, they are going to declare crop holiday. So there will not be any food security, and the food items are all going to strike very high cost, and many states are going to face tremendous problems for food security, food supply. Hence, I humbly request all my farming community to immediately shift the only possible available alternative, natural farming, which traditionally we have been doing. We know what is the inputs using. We can grow many cows and we can get the resources from the cow: dung, cow urine, jaggery, and pulse powder. With that as a source, all the farming communities can successfully grow their plants, get their produce, especially the most essential product produce is food. The food security is going to be well in danger. So I request through you, through agricultureinformation.com, to see that all the farmers immediately shift over to, irrespective of the small reduction in the produce quantity, they have to shift over to natural farming comfortably all the human will live. We can even export our foods to the other countries which are still worse in status. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Ramakoti, for a detailed presentation. Now I will pick up some questions. So the first question is, what is quantum computing and how it is different from artificial intelligence and conventional computing in agriculture? Mr. Ramakoti, are you able to hear me? Hello. Hello. Hello.
Madam. Hello. Hello, madam. Yeah, no. Sure, 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 sure. Yeah. Please. Presently, I do not have. Maybe, I don't know. Thank you. Yeah.
Mr. Ramakoti, I have posted the question in the chat box. Please check. I have posted the question in the chat box. Please check.
Chat box and the chat box. What is quantum computing and how it is different from artificial intelligence and conventional computing? Quantum computing is the recent outcome, which is the fastest analyzing techniques used in quantum computing. It is, for example, if the other computers calculates 0, 1 at one time at a time, 0 at one time, 1 at other time, the quantum computing calculates or absorbs the data such that similar to a coin, if you take a coin, one side you can see you have to turn it to the other side, which is a kind of a time taking. Whereas if you vertically keep the coin and turn it fast, see, at a time, simultaneously at once, you are looking at both sides together. That is how we can compare the quantum computing speed compared to other technologies.
Okay. And how can quantum computing benefit small and low budget natural farmers in practical terms?
Yeah. we see actually quantum computing cost crores, no doubt about it. But the government and the private agencies can come to the rescue of any farmer if they are interested to give the facilities, most of the facilities free of cost, except the I told about the sensors, one Internet of Things, one small tower on the in order to get the Wi-Fi facility. Other than these things, the all other facilities are given by the outside agencies, very less cost, in thousands, and one need not have to worry about purchase of computer or computer technology. Everything will be tailor made according to the farmers' requirements. Absolutely, it is economical. Only thing is they have to make cooperative societies like thing and show that they are reasonably bigger area. Otherwise, absolutely, it is practical, very much practical.
Just 1 second. Which farming decisions, such as crop planning, soil management, irrigation, or post prediction, could be improved using quantum computing? Hello, Mr. Ramakoti, you can read out the question, please. You can answer. Mr. Ramakoti, you can answer through the chat box, through the mic.
And give all the answers, all the feedback, all the advices through quantum computing. It is very small for quantum computing facility to go for any analysis to collect any number of any enormous amount of parameters in your cultivating land. Absolutely, there is no problem. There is nothing which it cannot do or it can do.
Okay. And how can quantum computing help optimize the use of natural inputs like Jivanmut, compost, and biofertilizers?
The quantum computing, if properly inputted, all these things like natural inputs like Jivamurta, compost, and biofertilizer, it can let the farmer know how much quantity at which small area, say say for example, 4 plants at one corner, these 4 plants can be given this much quantity of Jivamrita at this time. It can so finely it can detect and inform or advise to the farmer. That is the resolution, you can say.
Expect quantum computing to become affordable and accessible for the agriculture sector.
It is almost already available, but due to the lack of expertise, that is, the people who are supposed to inform the proper time to the farmers is only lacking. As far as facility is concerned, almost done. Only we do not have manpower who should properly inform the farmers such facilities available in such a way they can have it, etc. It is simply we do not have HRD, and it is skill development, training, coaching. These things are coming up.
Okay. And can quantum computing be integrated with AI, satellite data, drones, and IoT sensors to support natural farming?
Yeah, it is a holistic quantum computing will have to already integrated in order to take up a process, a project. It ought to integrate with Internet of Things, AI, etc. It is a total package. It is not a standalone.
Right. Okay. And what are the biggest challenges in applying quantum computing to Indian agriculture, especially for smallholder?
Yeah, even for different crops, the same question is arising. The tomorrow's technology, which is now started available, the same problem comes for small holders. The only best way is they have to collect the neighbors, they become cooperative, community wise, and make the area bigger otherwise, so that they can really enjoy the facilities, the benefits.
Okay. And can you share real world examples or pilot projects where quantum computing has shown promise in agriculture?
Yeah, I can do. To your mail or so, I can send some informations. It is so, the process is so refined, so minutely refined, that there is no doubt in getting profit. Because in fact, when I told you some agencies coming forward even free of cost, giving the technology in the sense to the farmer, giving the advices. They say, you only give me, you get tremendous profit than what you imagine. Out of that, you share me the benefit. That's how they're challenging. That's how they are working nowadays. Now. They are coming free because they're so confident that particular farmer, compared to earlier profits, they are going to get through quantum computing technology. Of course, as you said, clubbing to Internet of Things and AI, they are so confident that this particular farmer is going to get at least 3 times the profit which he has been enjoying earlier with other technologies or traditional chemical use of farming. They only ask, share, give me a share only when you are profited.
Okay. And as a retired scientist from Indian Institute of Chemical Technology, what inspired you to explore the application of quantum computing in natural farming? And which areas do you believe have the greatest potential?
No, it becomes after retirement, it becomes a passion to jump into natural farming, and I do not want to say other potentials. I want to only tune up myself in natural farming. I have been doing some 4 5 years natural farming in a traditional ways without applying any technology. So now the second phase of my natural farming, I am making some 5 acre land recently going to start natural farming applications with the name Padma Agri Tech School of Low Budget Natural Farming. If everything goes well, it is going to train, it is going to skill develop, it is also going to demonstrate any farmers or farming students or farming connected people to give a demo in the site how natural farming is so important. Leave alone the profit is nothing but input, output minus input. See, if somebody thinks that I put 1 lakh and I had to get 3 lakh, that's wrong. If a farmer gets 1 lakh, he has to see how much he spent. If what he spent is less than 1 lakh, he is supposed to live longer. He is supposed to continue his way of thinking. He should not all the time think about jackpot. Say, for example, one fellow grows tobacco, Virginia tobacco, puts some 1 lakh and gets some 3 lakh or something. No, it is not natural farming. It is something jackpot. So that doesn't come in the framework of natural farming. It should be food. It should be reasonably, the plant, the crop should be good for humanity globally.
Okay, so we have the last question now. What research, infrastructure, and policy support are needed to ensure that quantum computing benefits ordinary farmers rather than remaining only a laboratory technology?
No, it is theoretic. It is almost came out. But all I said. So there is no question of we assuming that it is only in the lab, etc., etc. Please.
Okay.
It is absolutely not laboratory technology at all. It is winning, it is overcoming all the hurdles which have been faced by the complicated industrialist, namely natural farmer.
Okay. Okay,
Thank
sir.
you.
So
Thank you.
yes.
Thank you.
Now we have come to end of question round
You
on
can
behalf
mail
of
me
Agriculture
any
Information
doubts, I can reply them, either audience or individual or agricultureinformation.com. Thank you.
Sure. We'll ending now. Thank you, sir.
అయిపోయింది ఎండ్ ద మీటింగ్ చెప్పారు అది ఇది రాలేదు చూడు